Shamash, god of the sun. Shamash was one of the most popular deities of the Babylonian and Assyrian pantheon. We find him first mentioned in the reign of E-Anna-Tum, or about 4200 BC. Shamash is called the son of Sin, the moon god, which perhaps has a reference to the fact that the solar calendar succeeded the lunar in Babylonia. The same can be found in practically all civilizations of advancement. The inscriptions give due prominence to his status as the Great Lord of Light, and in them he is called the Illuminator of the regions, Lord of living creatures, Gracious One of the lands, and so forth. He is supposed to throw open the gates of the morning and raise his head over the horizon, lighting up the heaven and earth with his beams. The knowledge of justice and injustice and the virtue of righteousness was attributed to him, and he was regarded as a judge between good and evil. For the light of the sun penetrates everywhere, and nothing can be hidden from its beams, except the dark side of the moon and half the earth. It is not strange that it should stand for the symbol of justice. Shamash appears at the head of the inscription, which bears the laws of Hammurabi, and here Shamash stands for a symbol for justice, which depends on perspective. This would be justice for the empire. The towns where he was initially worshipped were Sippar and Larsa, where his sanctuary was known as E-Babara, or the Shining House. Larsa was probably the older of the two cities, but from the times of Sargon, Sippar became more important, and in the days of Hammurabi it ranked immediately after Babylon. In fact, it appears to have threatened the supremacy of the capital at some point. And Nabonidus, the last king of Babylon, as we shall remember, offended Merodach and his priests by being too eager to notice Shamash. During the whole course of Babylonian history, however, Shamash retained his popularity, and was perhaps the only sun god who was not absorbed by Merodach. One finds the same phenomenon in ancient Mexico, where various solar deities did not succeed in displacing or absorbing Totec, the ancient god of the sun. But Shamash succeeded in absorbing many small local sun gods, and indeed we find his name used as that of the sun throughout the lands. There were actually several solar deities, such as Nergal and Ninib, whom Shamash did not absorb, probably for the reason that they typify various phases of the sun. There is reason to believe that in ancient times, that even Shamash was not entirely a beneficial solar deity. But like Nergal, he could also figure as a warrior on occasion, but in later times he was regarded as the god who brings light and life upon all created things, and upon whom all living things depend. His consort was Ea, who was worshipped at Sippar along with him. Her cult seems to have been one of great antiquity, but she does not appear to have any distinctive character of her own. She was supposed to receive the sun upon his setting, and from this circumstance it has been argued that perhaps she represents the double sun from the magnified disk which he presents at sunset. Jastrow thinks that she may have been evolved from the sun god of a city on the other side of the Euphrates from Sippar. I think it is safe to suggest that Ishtar is a combination of the two, which is yet another method to preserve the unknown god, Zu. This would encompass all of the bird iconography. Such an amalgamation of two originally male deities into a combination of male and female, strange as it may seem to us, he says, is in keeping with the lack of sharp distinction between male and female in the oldest forms of the Semitic religion. In the old cuneiform writing, the same sign is used to indicate lord or lady when attached to deities. Ishtar appears amongst the Semites, both as male and female. Gender was primarily a question of strength. The stronger god was viewed as masculine, and the weaker as feminine. This would be why Abzu was made to be male in the creative beginning of this pantheon, and it would appear it was created to sweep away mother and child like a reed. Please hit that notification bell to ensure that you are notified of each upload. Share, like, comment and subscribe to support the channel for more ancient mystery.